Hey everybody, it's Lindsay, and this is a tutorial that was very requested from my last video, or 2 videos ago, which was October favorites. If you didn't see it, check it out, where I talked about my I Love Too Faced palette. This was a Sephora 500 point perk a couple months ago. If you didn't get this, that's not a problem at all. The color that I love from this is the color Like a Virgin, really cool matte taupe. I talked about how it is just so nice for the day. It's very natural and it's matte, so it's very wearable, and how I especially love it for my hooded eyes because, and if you don't know, hooded eyes are where your upper eyelids here kind of come down a little bit lower onto your lower eyelids so that you, when looking at me like face on, you can't see much of my actual eyelid. This can happen naturally, you know, like me, I'm just born like that. My mom has it, my grandma has it, and it can also happen as you age, as the skin becomes less tight and resilient. It can just start to sag. So this is perfect for people with hooded eyes or people with mature eyes, and you know, anybody. It's very wearable because of the matte, like I've mentioned, and it's just really nice for day to day. So I will show you how I did this, super simple, and I hope you like it. So the first thing I need to do is prep my eyes, and I'm going to be using my MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I seriously use this every single day. I just use my middle finger and kind of rub that from lid, inner corner, all the way up to my brow bone. You don't need a lot, but this just really helps to make my eyeshadow stay all day long, and it also helps brighten up the eyelid space and eliminate some of the redness that I have around my eyes. So just a little bit of that, and I've never had a problem with creasing with this, and it helps the eyeshadow stick better. So the first color I put down, I like to put down a base color to help blend everything out and just brighten my eyes overall. And so what I had been using for so long was from my Stila palette, and this is the color Nude, and you can see that this has definitely been a favorite for me. Unfortunately, this color has been discontinued. I have a backup because I love it so much. But it's so dupeable. It is a slightly pinky nude matte eyeshadow. This particular color happens to have tiny pieces of glitter, but really it's a matte shade. The glitter doesn't really show up at all. So, but since that's not available anymore, if you have another color, these are all completely dupeable and things like that. I'm just going to be using colors from the Too Faced Naked Eye palette, and I'm going to be using the color Pink Cheeks, and that is very, very similar, if you can see it right there. Just a really bright pink. This has a very, very slight shimmer sparkle to it, but overall I would say it's pretty matte. That's it swatched on my finger, so pretty matte. And I just use my middle finger for this again. I just think it's the easiest way to really blend it into your eye area so that it doesn't look powdery or anything like that. It just really blends it in. So I start on the inner corner, and because it's such a sheer light color, you really can't go wrong. I blend it all the way up to my brow bone. I kind of stay away from the outer corner because I want the darker colors to really stick there. But this just, I don't know, I think it brightens up and it gives a nice base for all the shadows. So, and I put it right there in the pocket and blend it all the way up, and it just kind of brightens it up a little bit. So then the next color is the whole reason that I bought this palette, and that is the color Like a Virgin right here. Beautiful, cool taupe matte. And for this, I'm going to be using a crease brush. This is just my crease brush from Target, like $1.99 or something, so cheap. I use this pretty much every day. Just get Like a Virgin on your brush, and I start in the outer corner like this, and then I just slowly start to sweep in. And what I do is I kind of anchor my hand. I put my pinky like right here, and then I use that to kind of just go back and forth. And the biggest thing is just blend, blend, blend. It's a lot easier to put more on than to take it off. I do clean it up and everything like that, but I just keep blending it so that it looks smooth, and I go really into the corner, onto the top of the lid, and then up, as you can see how I'm doing it here. And it's out way too far, but I clean that up later. So I'm gonna go put a little bit more on my brush, go in the corner, and again, then just pull it up in the outer corner. So then I have a pretty wide paddle shaped brush like this that I just keep it clean, and then I use that to clean up. And I do the same thing, kind of like anchor my hand, swipe over it, and then I cut up the corner like this so that it doesn't come down, because if you bring eyeshadow too far down, it can make your eyes look saggy, and that is definitely not what we want. So, and as you can see, that just kind of blended it out nicely. And then the next color that I take is actually not in this palette. It is in the I Love Too Faced palette that I got as my Sephora perk, and this is the color Ever After, but you can use seriously any color that's just slightly darker. This color in Ever After is a warm brown, golden brown with shimmer, but not very much shimmer at all. And I like shimmer for the outer corner. I don't love it for all over the lid on a day-to-day basis, but yeah, this color in Ever After is what I'm gonna be using. Kind of similar to Hustle in the Naked palette, or really anything that you wanna deepen it up a little bit. In the Too Faced palette, I haven't found a color that I love as much as Ever After for the outer corner. So what I'm gonna be using is my Essence of Beauty crease brush set that I got at CVS, the larger of the two right here. I'm just gonna get that Ever After on, and I'm gonna really concentrate this in the outer corner here, kind of exactly like I did with Like a Virgin. Pull it up a little bit, but this is mainly to define the eyes a little more, give it a little bit more depth of color in the corner. And you can see I'm going back and forth a lot, but I haven't put more product on my brush at that point, just kind of one. And then I take the smaller of the crease brushes right there, same color Ever After, and I kind of just go right along my lash line here. And for me, I don't like to see such a harsh line under the eyes for the day, so I really like the way this just softens up, makes your lower lashes look a little bit thicker without, you know, putting a line of eyeliner there. Go back to the same fluffy brush that I'm using to clean up and do the same thing again. And this just helps blend it even further, clean it up, kind of make it all look uniform. All right, so I think they look pretty much about the same. And then for my highlight shade, in the Buff is the color that's pretty much the same as the one I've been using from the Naked Eye palette. The one in my I Love Too Faced palette is the color Heaven, and this is from the Natural Eye palette. And I like this one just a little bit more because it's a little bit more creamy, not quite as white, but they're both matte. And I'm just taking a flat brush, looks like it could be for concealer or something like that, and I just get Heaven in there, and then I just push that up under my brow bone like this. This just helps make your brow bone look higher and defines a little bit more, and then you can bring it into the whatever's left on your brush into the inner corner to brighten it up a little bit more. So that's it for the eyeshadows. Seriously, super simple. Now for eyeliner, I use this every single day. Crazy in love with it. My Laura Mercier Tightline Cake Liner, and this is in the color Black Ebony. It's a powder. I use it with an angled brush. I just use my one from Walmart. This is dirt cheap too, like $1.99 or something like that. And I make it wet. There is an activator that you can buy with this. I'm not spending the 25 bucks or whatever it is for it. So I just use water and it's worked completely fine for me. I make my brush slightly wet and you make a little bit of a paste in there. You kind of just work your brush in. And then I like cake liner because it's much more forgiving than a pencil or a cream gel eyeliner or something like that, especially if you have hooded eyes. You don't want too much eyeliner because then, like when I look at you, all you see is black eyeliner rather than any of my eyelid, and it can make your eyes look even more hooded. So you want to go a little more natural with the eyeliner, and powder eyeliner, cake liner is seriously so forgiving, so that's why I love it so much. So I'm gonna pull up my mirror here because this is not the easiest to do on camera. So I usually start in the outer corner and I take this corner and just kind of wing it slightly like that, and then, you know, slowly kind of push it into the lash line. Oh, I didn't realize, sorry, I was just bumping the camera there. And I go really close to the lash line and work it in. I don't know if you can hear that dog barking outside. And then I kind of pull it up a little bit more on the outside like that. And then I also take it, I don't officially tight line my upper lash line, but I do just kind of take it and push it in a little bit so that you don't see any gaps, and it makes your eyelashes just look so much fuller. Then with whatever is kind of left on my brush, I just very slightly and very lightly take it underneath, because again, I don't like that harsh line. I just want to deepen it up to pull it all together. And that's about it. It is seriously so easy. It lasts all day for me. I love it. And if you do have any trouble, you know, with, you know, your eyeliner, I just take one of these pointed Q-tips that I get at Walmart also and clean it up like that. So then that is really it. It is so simple. Time for mascara. I'm using my eyelash curler. Curl your eyelashes every day, please. It makes such a difference and makes your eyes look so much more awake and bright and big. So I just press it a couple times at different areas so that you get a nice rounded curl. I'm using CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara in, I believe it's very black. Yes, very black. Pull it out, clean off the tip a little bit. Shake the wand at the bottom and pull up. And I love this brush for separating eyelashes. It builds great volume. I don't get clumps. And then I kind of pull it out at the corners. Sorry, I'm out of the camera there. Pull it out at the corners a little bit. Just build and separate. And then I kind of take it slightly along the bottom here. And if you do have any clumps, what I always do is just take one of these little spoolie brushes. You can buy them at Sally's for really cheap. And then just go back over it and separate. And I usually take it along the bottom because they can get clumped together. So that is it. That is the eye makeup look that I've been doing pretty much every day for the past couple months. It is super, super simple, and my lighting here tonight is a little bit harsh, so it's kind of making this look cooler than it actually is. It's washing me out a little bit, but it is really, really nice for daytime. If you blend it well, if you use matte, subtle shadows and really blend them nicely and don't go from like really light colors to really dark colors, if you blend them out and use similar colors, it is so appropriate for day. It looks great. It lasts all day because they're matte and they're good quality shadows. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear this because I think it just brightens up my eyes. It makes my lashes look longer and fuller, and it makes my eyes look bigger and more wide awake without looking like you're wearing a ton of makeup. Matte shadows are amazing for that as long as they're not chalky and powdery, which these Too Faced shadows are not at all. So if you have more mature eyes, if you have hooded eyes like myself, matte shadows are perfect for giving you a put together look without looking like a teenager who just put glitter all over your eyes or shimmer that just is really gonna cake in to those lines and make your eyes look heavier and things like that. So that's it, that's my look. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.